We're here today at Turning Point USA, where two Dutch communists have infiltrated the room where Trump is about to give a speech. Do you think Kamala is a commie?
I think so.
Turning Point USA is echt de eindbaas van de culture war.
Kids learning how to be transgender.
Je had dus ook de border tsar, maar het feit dat 5 minuten daarvoor dus iemand op het podium stond die geld heeft betaald om seks te hebben met een meisje van 17, boeit niet.
Some things don't go according to plan.
Do I have stupid written on my head?
Did you support Bill Clinton?
He got a fucking blowjob. Big deal.
What do you think about the American healthcare system?
We don't draw on traditional medical care. We believe in healing through prayer.
They're partners in crime. The food system and the healthcare industry, it's all just a money-making business.
So first they make you sick and then they try to sell you the medicine.
In my opinion, yes.
A lot of Gen Z people are kind of glorifying Luigi.
Anyone better than the guy that's framed for murder. Like, literally anyone.
He's way too young for me. I think I'm old enough to be his mother.
He's an attractive guy, sure. Yeah, sure.
Jij wel net shot nu?
Dat weet ik niet.
Ja, voor mensen die kritiek hebben op het feit dat wij daar in een Trump-petje stonden.
Echt nodig.
Ja, de Turning Point USA voorwaarden waren zo: als je één ding doet wat wij niet leuk vinden, stralen we weer eruit. Dus ja, wij hadden 1 kans om daar naartoe te gaan. En dat moest goed gaan en we mochten er niet uit worden gezet.
En het is gelukt. En wat ik ook wel een flex vond, was wij als commies die door de beveiliging van Donald Trump komen. Ik vind dat best wel een flex.
Ik vind dat ook best een flex.
Do you think Kamala is a commie?
I think so. I think so, yeah.
How do you like your, y'all got a new like the prime minister, didn't you, recently, or a year or two ago?
He's called Dick.
Oh, really?
That's literally his first name.
Really?
Wat in de rij al heel erg opviel, is dat Turning Point USA probeert een soort netwerk te bouwen van conservatieve denkers door Amerika heen. En die gaan allemaal college campuses af om daar hun retoriek te verkondigen. En 2 van de vrouwen die ik sprak waren betaalde sprekers die zich exclusief bezighielden met trans mensen in Amerikaanse sport. Dat is een heel groot probleem volgens hun.
And we will keep men out of women's sports.
Maar je hebt dus 500.000 college campus athletes en minder dan 10 zijn trans.
How many athletes are there in the United States in NCAA schools?
510,000.
How many transgender athletes are you aware of?
Less than 10.
Ja, dat is echt een joke.
Turning Point USA is echt de eindbaas van de culture war.
Turning Point USA kan je een beetje vergelijken met vorm van democratie. En ze zeggen constant, ja, deze culture wars zorgen ervoor dat we niet kunnen focussen op de echte problematiek. Maar zij voeden de culture war. Ze vinden het geweldig om erover te praten.
Trump heeft het dus de hele dag niet gehad over het feit dat enorm veel Amerikanen onverzekerd zijn. Hij heeft het niet gehad over het feit dat, miljoenen Amerikanen sympathie hebben met degene die een CEO heeft omgelegd.
A lot of Gen Z people are kind of glorifying Luigi.
The individual who killed the United Health CEO.
Allegedly.
I think that's messed up and twisted. I think that it's weird.
We're not a country where you can just go assassinate people in the street. Like, that's third world.
Everybody calls him the sexy assassin or something.
Absolutely disgusting.
I don't think you want a violent murderer as the person that you're in love with.
Well, I don't like believe in murder, but he wasn't a great guy. You know.
CEO.
Yeah.
It's under the guise of being a vigilante, but realistically, it's just because the population thinks he's attractive.
Yeah, he's very cute. He's way too young for me. I think I'm old enough to be his mother.
He's an attractive guy, sure. Yeah, sure.
I'm straight. I don't.
You can say that he's objectively hot.
No, I don't even.
Anyone better than the guy that's framed for murder. Like, literally anyone.
Would you prefer to date the CEO then?
I mean, no, he's like old and dead.
Would you date him?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. He'd be in the pool, yeah.
Thank you, man, thank you.
No, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, he looks mid. I really think he looks mid.
I read his manifesto. It wasn't necessarily intelligently written like maybe some he's read before, according to his Goodreads.
What do you think about the American healthcare system?
It's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. It needs a complete reform.
For somebody like me, it just costs a lot. And actually, I got knee reconstruction surgery back in March, and it was sort of a joke because I just ended up paying thousands of dollars for it.
It's like $1 million to be in a hospital for a few days. Like it's insane the amount of money you end up spending.
I'm actually a Christian Zionist, so I don't use any medicine or go to any doctors for my health. So
You're a Christian Zionist.
Christian Scientist. And
scientist.
Scientist. It's a denomination that, we're not Scientology, but it's a denomination that doesn't rely on, we don't rely on traditional medical care. We believe in healing through prayer. We don't go to doctors or take medicine.
So you don't have insurance?
I don't.
I would just love to see prices go down, premiums go down, if at all possible, because to me, I'm buying a lot of money into the system and not necessarily getting enough out of it.
So you feel like you're kind of getting scammed by the insurance company?
Yes, that's exactly it.
They're partners in crime. The food system and the healthcare industry, it's all just a money-making business.
So first they make you sick and then they try to sell you the medicine?
In my opinion, yes.
En het valt me op dat bij zo'n conferentie, er zijn echt wel ideeën die mensen hebben die soort van oké zijn. Bijvoorbeeld, je ziet dat RFK Jr. zit heel erg op soort van gezond eten.
I have a corn allergy, so I can have a Coca-Cola in Mexico perfectly fine because it's made with sugar, but I can't in the United States because it's made with corn syrup. Unless I have diet soda and then it has cancerogens and chemicals and different articles on that.
Nou, ik denk dat dat in principe als communist een prima punt is om met mensen te praten van hoe kan het nou dat die bedrijven jullie zo vergiftigen? Hoe kan het dat er een medisch systeem is wat zoveel winst maakt ten koste van jullie ziekte?
We will make America healthy again.
First of all, products in the U.S. used to be healthier, but then they slowly changed the ingredients to make them not healthy anymore. In Europe, a candy bar might have 6 or 7 ingredients. Here it's got 25. You can't trust big companies. And also because the agenda...
So shouldn't then the government interfere in the free market?
I think you can say that, but I think education is the key. And that's also the area, one of the areas that I've been in for.
We are educated on healthy food. We're from the Netherlands, but we haven't been able to buy healthy food here because there are just no options.
Because the government is involved. Instead of kids learning how to be, if they're transgender or not in high school or elementary school, why don't we have high school classes on real health?
Mm-hmm. You're not really interacting with the point I'm trying to make, that we know what's healthy, we just can't buy it.
Or you can't buy it, or you have to make it unavailable, or or you can actually if you get it from outside the United States.
You can bring up points like 5 times in a row, explaining to the guy that the current free market system is poisoning Americans, and he just won't interact. He just won't engage. They will only bring up talking points that they're comfortable with. All the culture war talking points, and basically they can just steer back any conversation to a culture war talking point, and that's it. It's done. They'll blame the Democrats. They'll blame transgenders. They'll blame vaccines. They'll blame anything, but the capitalist system that is literally poisoning them.
And it's because of Obamacare.
But aren't there greedy companies as well?
Probably.
There's too many lobbyists, pharmaceuticals and medical industry. They just make too much money. There's too much money involved. And in the end, we all suffer.
Profits are not a bad thing.
I mean, but making millions of being in a hospital bed for a few days, like most developed countries actually can take care of that a lot better.
What do you mean?
I mean, in Europe, you don't pay millions for being in a hospital bed.
There are many countries that have much worse healthcare systems than ours. Health insurance in the United States.
Many advanced countries have better healthcare.
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for fast care,
not going broke when you get sick.
Yeah, if you're looking to not go broke, maybe you would want to move to Canada.
I'm from the UK.
What do you think about the American healthcare system compared to the English one?
I mean, obviously we've got, probably a better healthcare system in terms of, we've not got to pay for healthcare and not have insurance because it's paid for by the state. At the end of the day, you get the care that you pay for.
I mean, but people don't go bankrupt once they get cancer.
No, they don't.
Margaret Thatcher, for that matter of fact, over across the pond. And others.
I don't think many working class British people regard Thatcher as a hero.
In America we do, but
in Britain they don't.
Well,
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Do you think Margaret Thatcher had girl power?
Yes, of course.
Do you think she effectively utilized girl power by funneling money to illegal paramilitary death squads in Northern Ireland?
I don't know about that.
In Europe, you don't have to pay for any of your defense spending because America pays for your defense spending through the UN.
Wouldn't you like to see it reversed?
What do you mean?
Like end all the forever wars and just take care of the American people?
I mean, what would that look like? I mean, sure, great. End the forever wars, I'm all for that. Take care of the American people, what does that look like in practice?
I mean, people not going broke over a minor surgery.
I do think it's a system built against us, and there are people capitalizing on it, and that's what my hopes are for this re-election with RFK Jr., and that he really cleans house, because it's a change that's been needing to happen for the longest time.
A long time ago, the Democratic Party was for a cause to help people, right? But I think the Democratic Party has taken advantage of people.
In what way?
These last 15 years. Well, they say they help out the poor, right? But their policies are for the wealthiest elite of their group of people. They're not really helping the poor out. They're actually hurting the poor with their policies, right? LA, San Francisco, these big cities, Seattle, right? They have the highest homeless population in the country. These rich tech people, okay, that control their economy, okay, it's not really for the middle class. It's really for
the elite.
The elite. Am I making sense to you?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Have you considered that maybe both U.S. parties suck?
I do, to some extent.
Maybe they both serve the elite?
Well, yes, I do. But
maybe you're just choosing between different types of shit,
no,
but they're both shit. They both don't serve the interests of the working class people.
And maybe they are working behind closed doors, okay, on the same page as far as keeping certain elite groups wealthy and keeping the middle class where it is.
Does it work well to go to political conferences and sell stuff?
The rallies were better.
Yeah, it's a bit down now.
Huh?
It's not flourishing now.
No, it was a little weaker. It was weaker than the rallies.
Do you also sell Democrat gear?
No, just Trump.
But if just for the extra buck, maybe if you wear like a Democrat hat, you go to a Democrat rally?
No, I don't deal with the Democrat rallies.
What makes you support Trump then?
Oh, because I'm in my day job is in the banking business. So he's for big banks. So.
You side with the big banks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amerikanen kunnen letterlijk niet arguen en dat is wel echt problematisch. Bijvoorbeeld aan het einde van de conferentie gingen we naar buiten. Had je een democraat, zo'n oude meneer, die dan met zo'n Trump-piñata aan het spelen was.
Hello, sir. What do you got out here?
I got my Donald Trump piñata. And he's going home. Go back in the closet till the next MAGA event.
No, it's Holland, Michigan.
And I recognize the danger and the exploitation of this country by these people, these cult members. So,
You're referring to Trump supporters as cult members, right?
Yes.
Why?
Well, they're members of a cult. They've lost the ability to think and reason.
Why would you not vote for Trump if you had critical thinking skills then?
Do I have stupid written on my head?
No, but you can explain it. Don't be too arrogant and just explain it to the audience then. What's the main foolish thing why people shouldn't vote for Trump?
Because it's a cult behind a man who has nothing but evil on his mind.
This is kind of a repetitive argument. You need to come up with arguments because you're not really...
Well, here's all my signs.
Shouldn't you have some convincing arguments to talk to people?
That's why I have these signs.
Are you a Christian? Are you religious at all?
Well,
or are you
I'm not
atheist?
religious at all. I grew up Catholic. I guarantee he has no more religion than I do.
Do you
He
believe
doesn't
in
pay. You're such suckers. You fall for anything this guy says. He was convicted of sexual assault, and the same charge as any other state would have been rape.
Did you support Bill Clinton?
He was all right. I got along. Wasn't crazy about him.
Oh, okay. So you support Bill Clinton and all of his sexual harassment allegations and Monica Lewinsky?
He got a fucking blowjob. Big deal.
Maybe they're both scum. Maybe they're both scum. Maybe all presidents of the United States are scum.
I was looking at the new scale of rating morons imbeciles.
Okay, I'm done. It will never end.
En dan begon hij opeens Clinton te verdedigen.
Heel raar om kritiek te hebben op Trump omdat hij slecht zou omgaan met vrouwen.
Ja.
En dan niet te erkennen dat bijna elke Amerikaanse president een problematisch verleden heeft.
Voor war criminal is op zich.
Ja, ik bedoel, noem één recent Amerikaanse president die geen oorlogsmisdaden heeft gepleegd.
Ja.
Ik wacht wel. Ja, en wat ons dus ook heel erg fascineerde, wij zijn in de avond iets gaan drinken met een van de mensen die we daar ontmoet hadden. Hele aardige meid, leuk gesprek mee gehad. Maar wat ook heel erg opviel, en dat lag echt niet aan ons, ze had een soort obsessie met porno en pedofilie.
Ja.
Die vrouw is daar, we hebben een drankje gedronken, die is daar 10 keer, tijdens 1 biertje is ze er 10 keer over begonnen. En het fascinerende is, er stond daar iemand op het podium waar net breaking news, is net naar buiten gekomen. Die heeft 17-jarige meid, heeft die geld gegeven nadat hij seks met haar had.
Some things don't go according to plan.
It found evidence that Gates used or possessed illegal drugs on multiple occasions, regularly paid women for sex, even including a chart itemizing roughly $90,000 in payments to 12 women. It also alleges Gates engaged in sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl, a violation of Florida's statutory rape law and something Gates repeatedly denied.
Al is die persoon een zieke pedo, al buit die persoon fucking veel mensen uit. Het maakt niks uit. Het is jouw guy en jij gaat je volledig geven aan die guy.
Je had dus ook de border tsar. Ja, dat is echt de border tsar. Die stond op het podium.
I've talked to little girls as young as 9 years old that were raped multiple times by criminal cartels.
Nou, verschrikkelijk. Verschrikkelijk, tuurlijk. Maar het feit dat 5 minuten daarvoor dus iemand op het podium stond die geld heeft betaald om seks te hebben met een meisje van 17, boeit niet.
So what can communists and other progressives learn from the conservative movement in the United States? Well, I think it's very clear that we need to conquer the topic of safety. A lot of these things are about safety. People are perceiving the threat of a third world war. They're looking for someone to de-escalate. People are very afraid of fentanyl killing their loved ones. They're seeking for a solution. I think the left should be the party for safety. And ultimately, safety is about providing things like housing. Safety is about providing things like a minimum wage. Safety is about taking away the material conditions that cause people to harm others. And I don't think the prison industrial complex, I don't think the American state can provide safety through repression. So ultimately, safety should be our topic. We should be the party for safety. The left should be the pioneer for safety. Collective societies are very safe societies. Societies where people know each other. Societies with a strong sense of community are safe societies. So I think that we shouldn't let this topic belong to the Republicans. Safety should be a topic for the left. We are the party for safety.